Orange County Registered Digital.
Hello and welcome to the OCVarsity Gridiron Extra, where we will preview the CIF playoffs for the Southwest Division and the Southern Division. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis, being joined by Steve Fryer and Dan Albano. Guys, the playoffs are here. We'll kick it off with the Southwest. Oh boy, we got some teams in this division, guys. First of all, you got to start out with Corona Del Mar. They are going to try to win their fourth consecutive CIF championship. It starts up top with CDM, but Steve, they might have some injury issues.
Well, and also I think even healthy, they're not quite the same team that we saw the last 3 years. I think there's just a little spark sort of missing on offense. They don't have that dominating offensive side of things going on for them right now. My pick in this division, San Clemente. Boy, I've seen them play, and you know everybody talks about the quarterback, Sam Darnold, but on the defensive side of the football, they're really good. You know, the two things I always look for, fellas, is physicality in the fourth quarter and team speed on defense. San Clemente showed me all of that when they played a great game, when they had a great win against Trabuco Hills.
Yeah, San Clemente definitely a favorite in this division. Dan, who's a team who could surprise some people, maybe upset a team or two here in the first round?
There's a couple, and there's some really good depth in this division. You know, one team I think is lurking that I think is really solid I saw is, you know, Villa Park is healthy. Villa Park has athletes. They have a lot of depth, and they have size. They have some good speed. They can throw it a lot better than they have. You're going to have to watch out for La Habra. You know, they have Carlos Martin. Barriere threw a lot of touchdowns. Was 7 touchdowns last week. La Habra is a savvy team. And then I think you got to look about Trabuco. And one sleeper out there that I don't think a lot of teamers are going to want to play is going to be Buena Park. Yep. And I think Buena Park could run into Villa Park again. I think they could potentially play in the second round. That would, you know, there's two of my you know, dark horses right there.
Yeah, there isn't really a bad matchup in this division. Every game seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Guys, moving over to the Southern Division now. Garden Grove is the #1 seed. They're looking to win their first CIF championship since 2010. They made it last year in the CIF final, losing to Corona Del Mar in the Southern Division championship, but CDM moved over to the Southwest League. Steve, Garden Grove, the class of the league.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think they're going to be everybody's favorite. But you know, I really like Westminster too. You know, they played a pretty good non-league sched and fared pretty well in there. Not a lot of great competition for them in the Golden West League, but the Lions have really good football player Humberto Maciel. Kicks field goals, extra points, you know, great runner, ran for 170 yards, a couple touchdowns last week in the elite championship win over Ocean View. Catella might be kind of laying in the brushes there, you know, in the bushes there. Somebody that we don't really keep an eye on too much, but they may be a little stronger, a little tougher. The Orange League not a great league, but you know, they rolled everybody they were supposed to roll in that league too. And then, you know, looking up and down, you know, gosh, I don't see a whole lot out there that can probably challenge them. You know, maybe Los Amigos might, you know, win a game or two and get in there. But to me, it's a Garden Grove Westminster final.
Go Saddleback, you Roadrunner alum.
Well, you know what? I'd love to see my Roadrunners do it. They got to play Rancho in the first round, and Rancho with the quarterback there, you know, they're pretty nice.
Yeah, good going on them to get in there, and we wish them luck. Dan.
Yeah, and congratulations to Estancia for winning that league title.
Absolutely, and I was just going to lead into you. A surprise team could be Canyon. You know, they won 4 games in a row, but overall, your thoughts on the Southern Division?
You know, my memory is flashing back to one of I think our first show was at Servite High School, our preseason #1, and good luck to the Friars this weekend against Long Beach Poly. But I remember at Servite, I was talking about, hey, watch the North Hills League in this division, and so I wonder about Canyon's. Really turned their season around tremendously. Sure. And El Medina is going to open, I think, who they got? Acatella. Against Catella. That's going to be a tough one. Yep. So watch out for those two, you know, North Hills teams. You know, they obviously played, you know, they got to play all those Crestview teams. That's a huge advantage. They got the, you know, the way that conference is a big advantage when you can play those non-league games and get ready for the Southern Division. Those two North Hills teams, they have not played. They're not going to play anybody tougher than they already played in the Crestview Conference, or I mean, from the Crestview League.
Thanks to Steve Fryer and Dan Albano for all your latest playoff updates. Check out OCVarsity.com, where we've got you covered.
Orange County Register. We are here in the service of Orange County.